Hi, Trade Allies. I'm Andy Gustafson. I'm the program manager for AESAP. And for this quarter's Trade Ally tip, I thought it'd be helpful to walk through the website with some of the content and resources that might be valuable as you kind of work through a program together with us. So as you can see, this is our main homepage here. It's agenergysavings.com, agenergysavings.com. And this is the home screen. So when you get to the main page, this is what you'll see. Just as a quick run through on the top here, it's a quick sort of jump to our types of incentives. We'll walk through it, but there's a rebate catalog there for contractors, like how to get in touch with us, some blogs with some good articles and resources on specific sectors and technologies, things like that. Contact us and how to apply things like that. So on the website here, when you go here, you can kind of see some of the quick overview of what the AESAP program is and what we offer, no cost energy assessments for customers, things like that. You work your way down here. One thing that's really nice on the main homepage is it goes through the various sectors that our program serves. The first one being greenhouse indoor horticulture is the first main sector that we serve on our program. The next one is dairies and livestock. And then there's breweries, wineries, and distilleries, and then crop and production irrigation type customers. Under each of these categories, there are some helpful fact sheets. So sometimes we have customers asking, oh, can you send me some program information about greenhouses specifically and what you have to offer? There's some fact sheets here. These links are right here down below. So if you click one of these, for example, it pops up a good little resource here that we also have these printed out and available, but just a resource that we could always email or send to a customer or hand to them if they have questions about a specific sector. So there's a CEA one specifically, it's a cannabis specific one. We also have some cool resources for CEA that's like a rebate calculator for greenhouse heat curtains for now. We're working to add for other measures as well, but you can go in here, put in the square footage, say it's like 100,000, select your climate zone, really doesn't matter for this. And if you have unit heaters, radiant heat, whatever it might be, and the type of greenhouse type you have, and it'll actually tell you the rebate value, the amount of therm savings. So if you have an opportunity in any of these sectors, you can actually fill out this form and hit submit with contact information, and it'll actually send us that measure information so we have an idea of like the scope of the project and stuff, which is helpful. So you just declare you're not a robot here and go ahead and submit, which is nice. So that's the thermal heat curtain rebate there. For dairies and livestock, similar thing here. We've got dairy fact sheets that kind of walk through some of the offerings and common measure opportunities. We also have a dairy fan and VFD rebate calculator similar to the heat curtain one. So if you jump over to this page, you can do the similar thing here where you put like the total number of fans, say it's like 30 fans, maybe they're 3 horsepower each. And you could select a climate zone and the fan size. It'll actually tell you the estimated claimable savings as well as the rebate and the utility savings as well. And same thing, you fill this out, customer information or your contact information, and any questions you have, and then this will get sent directly to us. So that's dairy. And we have a similar thing for wineries, breweries, and distilleries. We have a really nice little booklet here for wineries specifically that kind of do a little bit of a deep dive through wineries from the various process through the as you go through the process of making wine. So we touch base on glycol pump VFDs and VFDs in general. Refrigeration, there's a lot of really good benefits for refrigeration that's covered here and best practices. And also at the bottling side of things, there's heat recovery and all sorts of things. And it gets a little process diagram and how to reach us. So some resources there. And I won't go through all of these, but there's various resources like this for all the different sectors. So the one of the most important things I want to highlight on this video is how to find a rebate catalog. So most of the measures that customers are interested in are on our prescribed rebate catalog. To find that, you just click type of incentives here, because we often get customers and or vendors asking us, well, what's the requirements for like grow lighting rebate requirements, or maybe VFD on an ag well or booster pump? Like, what do we need to submit? What's the requirements? All that stuff. So this gives all that information and requirements in that rebate catalog. So if you go to types of incentives, and we're talking prescriptive rebates here, if you scroll down to this blue button here, it has a more detailed view of all the rebates and requirements for a program. So this PDF will pop up. And this has every rule and requirement needed for our rebate, any measure that's on a rebate catalog. So for example, if you're doing like a dairy fan project, or let's say, I know indoor horticultural grow lighting is a new one, so let's go to that one. So let's jump over to grow lighting here. This goes and shows the rebate per fixture. Let me see if I can zoom in here a little bit. There we go. The rebate per fixture, it also highlights kind of like the sectors it's for. So this one's for like greenhouse or fully indoor. It'll tell the type, the measure code that is needed for based on the type of grow operation. So if you have, say, for example, a grow lighting project, we need to know, is this indoor? Is it greenhouse? Is it stacked, non-stacked? And these measure codes are what highlight which measure it is. So if you're reaching out to us, I mean, what's really helpful is you could be like, hey, I got a customer who's interested in grow lighting, specifically the measure code option F, which is non-stacks cannabis propagation vegetation. And they have 20 fixtures or whatever. If you come to us with this, we know the exact measure code to look up for savings and everything else. So the other really important thing in the rebate catalog is the rebates and requirements. So if there's a specific rebate question, say grow lighting, for example, we get questions all the time like, well, is this fixture eligible? Is it not? I mean, all those requirements are listed here. So it gives a link to the DLC horticultural requirement website, which you can link to, and you can look up a specific fixture code to tell if it meets the efficacy requirements, which is 2.86. And it gives all the requirements here that's needed for any specific measure. So that's just grow lighting. So another example could be, say, ag well. Actually, let's do, say, a ag well and booster pump. So we go to irrigation, ag well and booster pump. Same thing here. If it's a um, AOE, there's a little description here, but new NC is new construction, like a new pump. AOE is add-on equipment, like you're adding a VFD to existing pump. So if that's the case, like, well, I got a customer, they have an existing pump that's 50 horsepower and they want to put a VFD on it. You can go here. It's not a booster, it's a well pump. So I know it is add-on equipment, it's a well pump. So I know it's measure code A. So if you come to this with that information, it tells you the rebate amount, the measure code, so that we can populate an application for the customer. So, and once again, it has the requirements here, which show what we need to submit the project. That some of the requirements, like it has to be a pressurized irrigation system. It can't be filling a reservoir, things like that. Harmonics requirements if it's over 75. If a customer is asking for specific requirements, this is a great resource because you could just link to this website, and then it'll give them all the information they need if they really want to go into all the details of the requirements. But more importantly, want you all to know that we're here to help. So we don't expect a trade ally or a customer or anyone to figure this out on their own. We are here to help with that. This is a resource showing all the requirements, but we're happy to walk you through highlighting what measure code it is, what the rebate value would be, and also the requirements for that given measure. So please just reach out for us and then we can help through that. But I wanted to definitely show where that rebate catalog button is here under type of incentives, view rebate catalog, because that's one of the most requested things that we get asked on projects and working with the customers or vendors. So um, outside of that, we got our main contact us form here, which is a good way to reach out to us. There's also, so this honestly is one of the quickest ways because we'll see all the information. You can also call us as well. Another good thing here is the apply now. If a customer wants to review the application, say like terms and agreements or something like that, under the apply now button, you can download a copy of, it's called the PPA participation agreement. It's the application. It has the terms and agreements for the program that we have to adhere to through PG&E, but it's all here. So that's a good way to, you could download that and send it to the customer if they request it. One thing I want to highlight with the application is we do not expect a customer to know how to fully fill this out. Typically, we get involved earlier and we help populate this for the customer and or for you, the vendor, to give to the customer. And then you could send it so that they know exactly what the measure code is, the savings, because all that information is pretty granular, right? We don't expect that a customer to know to fill that out or you to fill that out. So we'll fill this out for them, and then we send it off, and they could digitally sign it or wet sign it, whatever is as most appropriate for them. There is an option on this form to have the payee, the incentive check, go to not only the owner, but also like a project sponsor, so like a trade ally. So if there's a desire to have for a trade ally to receive the incentive check, The customer would still have to sign the Section 3, but the payee can be signed over to you, the vendor, or some other third party. So that is an option on here. So that's the application. Let's see here now. Outside of that, those are the main things. Other stuff, there's some really good blogs here. I think I mentioned earlier that go into some deep dives into, like, say, dairy or wineries or different sectors. We're also going to have some good demand response content that's on here that we're going to be sharing later in this year. So stay tuned for all that. But more than anything, just wanted to walk you through this, and I hope that was helpful. Once again, if there's any questions or comments, you can contact us through the website, or you can reach out to us directly through the contact information that's provided with with the resource that you're receiving this through the email or whatever notification you're getting on this recording. So thanks again, and look forward to working with you.